Hey everyone, it's technology expert Burton Kelso here with another tech tip to help you get the most out of the technology in your life. Today we're talking about how you can stream and have virtual meetings for free using some awesome apps. Doesn't matter what's going on this time of the year during the holidays, if you're wanting to chit chat with a single relative or a group of relatives or have the whole family get together across the country or across the globe. There are some awesome products that you should know and probably know about that are going to help you get to have those meetings. And it doesn't take much of a tool to use them. You can use a webcam like yours truly is using. My recommendation would be the Logitech C920 if you can find it. You can see this crystal clear high definition screen. But you can also utilize the awesome cameras in your smartphone or even your tablet. Most smartphones and tablets have high def cameras built into them, so you definitely can use those as well. You don't have to sit in front of a boring desktop like I am right now. So let's get with it. Let's talk about some of these free and awesome programs that you can use in order to have virtual meetings for work or virtual greetings for the holiday meetings. So with that said, let's switch screens and get to our number one, which is Skype. Skype's been around forever. Skype works. Skype is good, and it works on just about any device out there. Bad thing about Skype? With Skype, you need to have a Microsoft account. And it's something that many of you should probably sit and think about because you probably already have a Microsoft account. Some instances, as far as Windows is concerned, if you set up your Windows 10 computer, you may have already set up a Microsoft account, especially if it has an Outlook or your email.com when you log into Windows. So rather than trying to utilize another utility, you might just want to use Skype. Skype comes pre-installed on Windows computers, so it's already there. Just need to open up Skype and then you're able to have conversations to up to 50 people. That's a lot of folks. But the other thing that you need to think about when it comes to some of this video conferencing software is if the other end has Skype or is able to use Skype. So Skype can be used for computer savvy people who are already using the services and are hooking up with people that know how to use Skype. Now, if you yourself are not computer savvy or you don't like dealing with stuff, Skype may not be the product for you because even though it's easy to use, it can be kind of complicated to set up and go, especially if you're trying to communicate with grandma and grandma doesn't have an idea what a Skype is. So do some homework and check and make sure that you've got the right stuff before you start recommending software to use. But again, Skype is more geared for people that are familiar with Microsoft accounts and that already use them. But it's a great tool, so if you have it, go ahead and use it. Now, a better tool that people use and has gained popularity during the pandemic is Zoom. Now, Zoom is web-based and it's also app-based, so you can have it on any device that you use. So it doesn't matter if you have an Android phone or an Apple computer, Macintosh, Zoom will work. The good thing about Zoom, if you are the creator of the meeting, it's just a matter of sending out a Zoom link to the people that want to partake of your Zoom meeting. And once they click on the link, it'll download the app or the program to your computer and it will allow you to start a Zoom meeting. Now, obviously, Zoom has come into some criticism over the past few months because of its lack of end-to-end encryption and the fact that people were dropping in via Zoom bombing. So, with that said, Zoom now has end-to-end encryption, so your conversations with your family members or your company people are encrypted so no one can jump in and get it. And I think the whole practice of Zoom bombing, there have been features that have been added into Zoom such as creating a waiting room and being able to quickly boot people from your meeting, that makes Zoom a welcome choice as far as having those virtual holiday parties via Zoom as opposed to something else. Now, going back to our program Skype, Skype also has end-to-end encryption built into it, something that Zoom didn't have built into it. So keep that in mind when you're looking at platforms in order to host meetings. Now, a new popular meeting group is already available for many of you. That's in case you still have Facebook as opposed to jumping over to something like Parler or with MeWe. Now, FacebookMessenger.com offers rooms, so you can message your Instagram friends from Facebook Messenger. You can create rooms. You've got privacy and security like it says, but it's a robust way of you to be able to connect with people on a system that you already have. Most people already use Facebook and Instagram, so why not set up Messenger in order to connect with your people and allow them to do what they do or what you do. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. It's cross-platform, so that is an appealing thing about Messenger. I can't even call it Facebook Messenger anymore because it's Instagram and Facebook Messenger. So reach out to your friends on Facebook and Instagram and connect and have those virtual meetings. I bet you didn't know about that one, didn't you? You probably sitting through this video going, man, this guy's going to talk about the same old boring apps that we already know about. But always try to bring something new to the table when it comes to video messaging apps or any apps out there. Speaking of something new, if we can get it up, give me a second. Let me bring up this program and cover up my emails, because the next program I'm talking about is Google.com's Meet feature. And I can do a quick screenshot of it right there. As you can see, like Zoom, Google has its meeting where you can send someone a meeting link and then they can connect. I'm not going to ever invite someone using this one because someone could get a hold of it and try to do a meeting. And we don't want that. We don't want the Zoom bombing and all the idiots out there. But one of the things that you have to worry about with Zoom is that with Google Meeting, is that you have to have a Gmail account, which is a bummer. Not everyone has a Gmail account, and I think that's part of the appeal of Google creating their own meeting space, because if you want to connect with your family members or work members, you got to set up a Gmail account, which probably half the universe already has a Gmail account, if we're realistic about it. But at the same time, if you think about grandma or great-grandma who may not have access to these tech toys, another thing you have to think about before you say, hey, let's all meet on Zoom. Let's all meet on Skype or Messenger. Not everyone may have the ability to do that. So the next tool that I'm going to recommend is good old FaceTime, that is available on only Apple devices. Again, it's another thing that you have to worry about because, golly, can Grandma FaceTime? Maybe she can, but maybe she has an Android phone as opposed to an iPhone. And that's a bummer, because then that throws in a wrench in your plans as far as trying to find something that is going to be easy to use for your elderly folks that want to get together and talk during the holidays. Now, one final toy that I'm going to mention, but it's not free, but it's something that's very easy to set up and use for people. I've got to reach past some stuff to see if I can even get it. It would be an Amazon Alexa Show. And here it is. I don't want to do the reflection of it. It's kind of filthy too, as you can see. But anyway, the Echo Show has a screen on it. Let's show if we can see part of that screen. Look at that. You can see my keyboard on there. But anyway, the Show is a good device to have your relatives get the Show, or even the Google Nest Home, which obviously I don't own. but both devices have screens on it, and you can do direct calls from device to device, provided you add them in your network. If you have a family function and you want everyone to gather around a device, or even if you have an elderly person that you want to connect with, a show is a good utility to use. You can drop in regular phones with your Amazon Echo or your Google Nest Home. You can also, like I said before, connect device to device. So it's a pretty good gift to get for those relatives that aren't tech savvy, and you can just drop in whenever you want to drop into that device. So keep that in mind, and keep all of these in mind, especially when it comes to selecting the right device to stream when it comes to your family members. Because I mean, like I said before, there are a ton of different products out there, but at the same time, you really need to do your homework and just make sure that you are making the right investment of time and of money if you decide to buy something that is going to work for those seniors in your life. As a wrap up, again, make sure that you, before you start virtual meetings, make sure you've got the right equipment. So obviously, high-speed internet is a factor as far as utilizing video chat. If you're curious about your video screen, I'm going to go to my favorite website, and yours by now because I've featured it in so many videos, and that's Speedtest.net. My Google Fiber is slow, so don't get upset with me, but you should be pulling at least 50 megabits per second. Even 30 will work. I'm only saying that because that's what I'm pulling. But 50 megabits or faster is going to give you good quality speed as far as your internet is concerned. Also, again, camera. So most smart devices like your smartphone or tablet are going to have cameras built into them. If you have a desktop computer, then you would probably need to buy a camera, such as the Logitech C920 that I'm talking about and talking on. And it's got a built-in microphone too, and you can hook it up to any device. Really simple. But other than that, once you get your internet and video set, then you should be free to use about any of the platforms that I have mentioned in this tech video. So with that said, if you've got comments or questions, leave them in the comment section below. Would love to hear from you to find out if you've got questions about setting up video chat or any other tech questions that you might have that my brain can answer. And I always have to throw this out here because I always like more people getting tips and tricks. But be sure to like and subscribe. I'm trying to get that right. Follow myself on YouTube and social media, as well as on my company Integral. There's tips and tricks that are designed to help you get more from the technology you use at home and work. So with that said, take care of yourself and do many things to make you smile. I got ahead of myself. Let's roll that back real big. So, I love technology. I've read all the manuals, and I'm serious about making technology fun and easy to use for you. So take care of yourself and do many things to make you smile. And thanks for watching.